After valency bond theory, the next topic is hybridization. Hybridization concept is introduced to rectify some defects of valency bond theory. Here, what is the main defect observed because of valency bond theory? Suppose if you are taking BeCl2, if you are taking beryllium chloride, generally beryllium means it is 1s2, 2s2. 1s2, 2s2 is the ground state configuration. In the first excited state configuration, if you are taking, it is 1s2, 2s1, 2p1. 2s1 means 1 electron, 2p1 means it has 1 electron. Suppose chlorine atom, if you are taking, chlorine means it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. Means 1 ampere electron it is having in 1, 2, 3. This is fifth electron, unpaired electron. This unpaired electron is present in 3p orbital. So here 2s orbital of beryllium and chlorine atom 3p orbital are mixing and forming a bond, that is a sigma bond. Sigma sp bond is formed. Here 2p orbital and again chlorine atom 3p orbital. Here they are mixing to form a sigma pp bond. Here sigma pp bond, sigma sp bond means beryllium chloride molecule if you are taking, it is having one sp bond and one pp bond. Means as we said already, pp bond is stronger than sp bond. This bond is stronger than this bond as per valency bond theory. So as per valency bond theory, there is mainly two types of bonds present in beryllium chloride. One is a strong bond, another one is a weak bond. Is it correct practically? No, because in beryllium chloride there is only two same type of bonds observed. Practically both are having same strength. So this is not explained by the valency bond theory. Valency bond theory fails to explain the beryllium chloride equal types of bonds or same type of bonds. Similarly, as per CH4 molecule if you are taking, as per valency bond theory, here CH4 molecule is having 90 degrees bond angle and there is a one sp bond, remaining three are pp bonds. 3 pp and one sp bond is present. So totally two types of bonds also here, means two types of different bond strength containing bonds are present, but this is also wrong. In CH4 all CH bonds are same type only. And as per valency bond theory, very important, as per valency bond theory, CH4 molecule contains 90 degrees, even NH3 and H2O molecule also contains a bond angle of 90 degrees only as per valency bond theory, because it is only considering the sp overlapping, and so this sp overlapping occurs in these molecules to give 90 degrees angle only, and so valency bond theory is not explaining completely about the formation of molecules, and therefore they introduced a new concept. A new concept is introduced, that is hybridization process. So according to hybridization, we can explain the formation of BeCl2. How it is, we will see now. Okay, what is the hybridization concept? Here, hybridization. What is the hybridization? Here, generally atomic orbitals are participating in a molecule formation, but as per the hybridization concept, it is atomic orbitals are intermixing. The atomic orbitals intermixing. Like suppose if you are taking, we are having actually how many colors? Yes, 7 colors only. We know FGR 7 colors. But what is about pink color? Someone is telling it is pink color. It is a purple color. It is orange, red, greenish, yellow, like. How we can get? Yes, by mixing of different colors, we will get that new colors. That we can call it as a pink color or reddish green, greenish yellow, yellowish white, like that. Okay, so here like same when we are mixing the atomic orbitals. Here the atomic orbitals means how many types we have? S, P, D, F. These four types of atomic orbitals we have mainly, and these s orbital and p orbital when we are mixing, or s orbital, p orbital, d orbital when we are mixing, or s orbital, p orbital, d orbital and f orbital we are mixing, then we will get different types of hybridations. If S and P orbitals are mixing, how many types are possible? sp, sp2, sp3. So P orbital means three subshells present, px, py, pz, and P subshell contains px, py, pz orbital. So there are sp3 and sp3 and d if mixing, we will get sp3d and sp3d2 and sp3d3. Up to our plus 2 syllabus we have up to this only. So we will study about these types of hybridations, and now we will go to the different types of hybridations, how this happens. So first of all, remember what is hybridization? Here hybridization means the process of intermixing of atomic orbitals. The process of intermixing. Here I am giving the definition. Intermixing of atomic orbitals. Intermixing of atomic orbitals of nearly equal energies. Nearly equal energies. Nearly equal energies. Nearly equal energies. Atomic orbitals of nearly equal energies to form same number of identical and new orbitals. Identical and new orbitals, generally those identical and new orbitals are called as hybrid. They are called as hybrid orbitals. The identical and new orbitals is called as hybridization process. So here intermixing of atomic orbitals of nearly equal energies to form same number of identical and new orbitals. Identical and new orbitals is known as hybridization process. So in this hybridization process, we need to follow some rules for the hybridization. Here in this first one, what is the rules followed for the hybridization process means? In this first one is atomic orbitals. As we said in the definition, we follow as the rules only. Atomic orbitals, here atomic orbitals of equal energy or nearly equal energy. So atomic orbitals of equal energy or nearly equal energy means suppose 2s orbital and 2p orbital intermixing may occur, and 2s orbital and 5p orbital intermixing is not possible. So because the energy gap between 2s and 5p is more, so atomic orbitals of nearly equal energy or equal energy undergoes to intermixing process, and if the energy difference is more, it doesn't happen. Second point, here atomic orbitals are forming same number of identical, means number of atomic orbitals participating in hybridization is equal to number of hybrid orbitals. Number of hybrid orbitals formed in the hybridization process or during the hybridization process. So atomic orbitals, how many atomic orbitals involving? Suppose one s orbital and one p orbital are involving. So it is 1, this is 1. So total number of hybrid orbitals formed is 2. And suppose if one s orbital and here p orbitals 2 are involving, this is 1 is involving. Then totally how many orbitals formed? 3. So the number of atomic orbitals involved is equal to the number of hybrid orbitals formed in the hybridization process. and we are calling them as new. The hybrid orbitals are new. How they are new? Means atomic orbitals, we know the shape of atomic orbitals. Generally, what is the shape of atomic orbitals? S orbital is spherical, p orbital is dumbbell, d orbital is double dumbbell, f orbital is called as fourfold or complex structure. But here, all the hybrid orbitals, whatever it may be the hybridization, the hybrid orbital is having one large lobe and one small lobe. Always the next bonded atom, this is central atom hybrid orbital, the bonded atom will attach it to the large lobe only. So every hybrid orbital is having one large lobe and one small lobe. This is only the shape of all hybrid orbitals. That is the new orbitals. They are not having any spherical shape or dumbbell shape or double dumbbell shape or fourfold shape, and they are new hybrid orbitals. And next, fourth point, important point, hybridization. Hybridization is for orbitals only. It is not for electrons. Please remember, not for electrons. It is not related to electrons. Whenever there is a electron containing orbital, or sometimes empty orbitals and sometimes half-filled orbitals also participate. But definitely hybridization concept is only related to atomic orbitals or orbitals only. It is not for electrons. It may be empty, or it may be half-filled, or it may be full-filled. All those will participate in the hybridization process. And next point, another important point, hybrid orbitals, HO means hybrid orbitals, always forms sigma bonds only. Hybrid orbitals always form sigma bond only. They never form pi bonds. There is one exception we will give, that is benzene. In benzene they form pi bond, and generally in common, except that one, the remaining all hybrid orbitals always form sigma bonds only. Okay. And next, hybrid orbitals will give the geometry. So the geometry of the molecule will be decided based on the hybrid orbitals arrangement, hybrid orbitals orientation. So how they are oriented, orientation of hybrid orbitals will give the geometry. All the hybrid orbitals will try to orient in the space to have minimum repulsions among them and having maximum stability. Minimum repulsions and maximum stability between them, among them, and then they give the particular geometry. For example, if sp hybridization is there, then how many hybrid orbitals we will get? Yes, we will get two hybrid orbitals. That two hybrid orbitals are always oriented in linear shape because they have maximum distance between them, and then they have maximum stability. So that is hybrid orbitals mainly, and these are the rules which are followed for the hybridization process. And after the hybridization, whenever we are filling the electrons in the hybrid orbitals, you follow the same rules as for the normal atomic orbitals electron filling. Like Hopf principle, Hund's rule, Pauli's exclusion principle is used only for filling of electrons even in hybridization or hybrid orbitals. Okay. Next, we are taking the types of hybridization. Types of hybridization. And you know that is different types of hybridization. We have sp hybridization. Suppose if sp hybridization is there, one s orbital and one p orbital are intermixing. Here s orbital means spherical, p orbital means dumbbell, and they intermix to form one hybrid orbital, and this is the second hybrid orbital. So these are the sp hybrid orbitals which are arranged linearly, and here the bond angle is, here this is a bond angle 180 degrees it is having. And so sp hybridization means, what is the shape? Yes, the geometry of shape is linear and the bond angle is 180 degrees. It is 180 degrees. And next, second, suppose if I am taking the second one, It is sp2 hybridization. Here sp2 hybridization means generally one s orbital and two p orbitals. This is one s orbital and two p orbitals. This is one and this is one p orbital and this is another p orbital. Two p orbitals are intermixing to form totally three hybrid orbitals. This is one and this is two and this is three. Totally three hybrid orbitals are present and they are arranged in trigonal planar shape. So what is the shape of the sp2 hybridization? Trigonal planar. It is a trigonal planar shape. Trigonal planar shape. Okay, and what is the bond angle possible is? It is 120 degrees. So like this, if you are taking third one, that is sp3 hybridization. Here sp3 hybridization means one s orbital and three p orbitals are involving, and here s orbital is spherical, p orbital means like this, one and this is two and this is three. Three are involving and forms four hybrid orbitals. Two and this is three and this is four. So there are four hybrid orbitals are present and four hybrid orbitals are arranged in tetrahedral manner. They are arranged in tetrahedral manner and the bond angle observed is 109 degrees 28 minutes. And if you are taking sp, what is the percentage of s? Percentage of s is equal to 50% and percentage of s for sp2 hybridization. Here for sp2 hybridization, total number of orbitals are 3 and s is 1, so 1 by 3. 1 by 3 means you will get 33.33%. And for sp3 hybridization, total, what is the s percentage means? It is total number of orbitals 4, s is only 1 orbital, so 1 by 4. 1 by 4 means it is equal to 25%. If s percentage is 25, what is the p percentage? Yes, the p percentage is remaining 75. And here the p percentage is 66.67. And here the p percentage is 50%. Okay. The next topic is determination of hybridization. Determination of hybridization. Here determination or calculation, determination of a hybridization process, hybridization of a molecule or calculation of hybridization. Here for this generally number of hybrid orbitals, if you know, we can say from that number of hybrid orbitals. Hybrid orbitals. If you know, from this we can say number of hybrid orbitals can be calculated by using two formulas. One is directly number of sigma bonds plus number of lone pairs. Here lone pairs and sigma bonds number will give the number of hybrid orbitals. Basing on the number we can get. Or otherwise another one is half into V electrons plus M N plus C plus or minus C. Here what is this V electrons means? It is valence electrons. Valence electrons of central atom. Valence electrons of central atom. And Mn means it is equal to number of monovalent atoms. Monovalent atoms. And C is equal to charge. This is called as charge on ion. It may be cation or anion. If cation is there, we can remove. If anion is there, we can add the electrons. So either this formula or this formula is used. Whatever it may be, the number of hybrid orbitals. Here the number of hybrid orbitals we are getting. Number of hybrid orbitals we are getting is 2. Then it is called as sp hybridization. If you are getting 3, it is called as sp2 hybridization. If you are getting 4, it is called as sp3 hybridization. If you are getting 5, it is called as sp3d hybridization. If it is 6, it is called as sp3d2 hybridization. If it is 7, it is called as sp3d3 hybridization. Okay, this formula is used for calculation of hybridization, and suppose we are using for this formula for beryllium chloride. Here beryllium chloride hybridization. Now we can calculate the beryllium chloride hybridization. Generally we know beryllium chloride is sp hybridization process, and here beryllium is central atom. Beryllium central atom means here beryllium, how many sigma bonds, how many lone pairs means what is the group number of beryllium? Here beryllium is second group element, so the number of valence electrons for this is half into, here it is half into 2 plus number of monovalent atoms. Here number of monovalent atoms present is 2. Here what are monovalent, divalent, trivalent? All halogens are monovalent. Hydrogen is monovalent. Oxygen is a divalent. Please remember that. Okay, and here 2 plus 2, no charge on it, so we are getting half. 2 plus 2 means into 4. So how much you will get? Yes, it is 2. So 2 means what is the vibration? Sp. Suppose if you are going for CH4 molecule. CH4 molecule means carbon, the valence electrons, it is a fourth group element, the valence electrons is 4. So half into 4 plus the number of monovalent atoms. Hydrogen is a monovalent. So how many are there? 4. So 4 plus 4 by 2. So we are getting totally 4. If it is 4, what is the hybridization? sp3. So hybridization determination is important because they are asking the molecule hybridization is, they give some molecule, the hybridization of the central atom of this molecule is. So whenever they are asking the hybridization, you please use this formula or use this formula. Whenever you are using any of this formula, we need to first write correct group number. If you know the group number correctly, then we can go the valence electrons correctly. Group number is nothing but the valence electrons. Whenever we are writing valence electrons properly, correctly, then we will get the answer correctly. And if you write wrong group number value if you are taking, then we can't get the correct value of number of hybrid atoms, and then we will wrongly do the calculation. Okay, so please remember that in calculation of hybridization process.